Hi there, how are you? This is Elena Valdez. Thank you so much for visiting today. This reading is the weekly, however, it's timeless, so it really will be valid whatever time frame you come to it. Whenever you're here, whenever it calls you, is when you are meant to hear this message. And I'd like to take a moment just to tell you where I'm at. I'm actually at Griffith Park, right across from the iconic merry-go-round here in Los Angeles. And typically, pre-COVID, this would be packed with people trying to get on that merry-go-round. And actually, I spent a lot of special moments here with my mother back when I was very little. So I just felt nostalgic today and I wanted to be outside. And so I thought I'd bring this reading to you from a little fresh air. It's kind of wild that this is a holiday week. This is the week of Christmas. I'm recording this on Sunday. Christmas is on Thursday. And of course, other holidays as well, Hanukkah, and it's very warm. So as you can tell, there's no snow here in California or Los Angeles. So let's get started with your reading. So again, this is a weekly read. And this is a general read. It's for the collective. So if it doesn't resonate, then it just doesn't resonate for you this week, and that's okay. Also, please keep in mind that I do personal readings as well as astrology natal chart reading. Okay, let's get to it. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know as a collective for this week or for whenever? Oh, the King of Cups flew out. And let's see what else we have. I'll get to it. I'll let you know what that means. I want to pull two more cards to get a full story going here. Ooh. Oh, the World. That's such a great combo. I love it. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Do you hear that drumming? There's like this awesome drumming circle right now. Ooh, we got two other cards. Oh my gosh, they're amazing. All right, lots going on. So we've got the King of Cups. We have the World. We have the Sun. And we have the Seven of Cups. Isn't that just delicious looking? Look how vibrant that is. So very plain and simple. Quite a few of you are closing out chapters here as it pertains to creative projects. It could also mean closing out chapters in your relationships too, your romantic relationships. And the closing out the chapter doesn't necessarily mean that a relationship has to be over. It could very well be that you are going into a different phase of your relationship. So it could mean that you're closing out the single cycle or chapter and going into a more committed relationship. It could also mean that you're going from engagement to marriage, potentially. But generally speaking, though, I think this is going to speak more so on the creative level in terms of the projects that we're involved in, right? And again, I always repeat this, and I apologize if you're sick of hearing me say this, but when I speak of creative ventures or the creative things that we work on, I'm not just talking about like the artsy stuff. I'm talking about anything that comes of us that's unique, that we create from our own being. So it can also be business related, right? It can be office related as well. It can be musical, it can be acting, it can be poetry, it can be whatever creative is authentically creative to you. That's what I'm speaking about, okay? So you also have the Sun here, which is amazing because that's about vitality. It's about feeling good. It's about feeling that you're in your element of who you truly are. There's a lot of freedom in these cards, so much so that you may be having a hard time deciding and choosing between factors, situations, circumstances, even people. You may be having to choose from quite a few people here, suitors. So one of the things with the Seven of Cups, sometimes it can get us a little distracted because there's a lot, right? A lot to choose from. And so, what Spirit always reminds us when this card pops up is that to be take your time in filtering through your options and your choices. You want to make sure that you pick the right cup that's that vibrates at the level that you are at the current time, right? You don't want to go backwards and pick something that perhaps isn't for our highest good. So just take a pause. If you're in that place of choosing something or making a decision on what direction to go or what situation to choose, a job, a suitor, whatever it is for you, just take a moment here. Spirit wants to remind you that not everything is as it seems. So make sure that you know thoroughly what it is that you are choosing. That's it. That came in very strongly, so I had to pause and take an extra moment there to speak about that. Okay, and the world, again, it's also about closing out chapters, like I said earlier, but it can also be about traveling. It's also very spiritual, especially in this deck that I'm using, which is the Light Seers deck that I'm using today. It's very much about fulfilling ourselves intuitively and spiritually and finding that freedom within. So even if we can't literally travel the world, you're traveling within your own soul because you feel free and expansive, right? But I do feel some new relationship stuff going on here for a lot of you. Let's see, we have the King of Cups. This can always pertain to a water sign element, perhaps. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The sun is Leo energy as well, so you may have some of that going on around you, or you may have rising moon, and this is just confirming that this reading is for you. Beautiful. Again, the sun also points to a spiritual element, and I've been getting this a lot lately in my readings. There's a huge breakthrough going on in the world right now in terms of our spirituality. But I feel that this card is also reminding us to be discriminating as we grow in that spirituality, making sure that the type of modality that we're getting into, this is coming in very strongly. This is probably this is a very specific thing, so it might be for a handful of you, maybe only one of you watching this, but Spirit is saying, in whatever realm of spirituality you're going into, be very discerning and discriminating. That's a hard topic to talk about, right? Because to tell somebody to be discriminating of like the spiritual sources they're choosing to be a part of is like, doesn't feel good to say, because I'm all about, hey, everybody choose what you want to choose. But Spirit is saying, whatever new groups you're joining, spiritual methods that you're going into, or modalities, be very discerning that it actually vibrates on your level. That keeps coming up. So it can be a group of people, it can be a person, but again, it's about, there's a spiritual element to this. Yeah. That's very interesting. So just make sure that you're choosing the spiritual modality because you want it, and not because someone else said that they think you should be doing this. I know that makes sense to some of you, and I know you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, okay, let's see. What else do I have here? Oh, I didn't notice this. There's another, I don't know. Okay, I don't know if this flipped and I didn't see it, or if this is like a side note message here, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. This is the Four of Pentacles. So this card speaks about guarding something that's valuable to us, okay? So this might be one-off message, like a side note message for a specific individual. So, and it could just be like having all these choices, right? With your creative ventures and all the things that you have to choose from. But this is about protecting that which you find valuable. So Spirit, again, is reminding you here, protect what's valuable to you. It's also about boundaries, and it's also about holding on to the things that are special to us and dear to us, right? And specifically in this deck. Other decks, it might come off as, it might sometimes give an indication of someone being greedy, Although some of you do need to pay attention in these options and choices. If it's about a partner, if it's about a person or a job, paying attention to see what they are withholding, if anything is being withheld, whether it's information, money, information, or their heart space, for example. Yeah, so that's another side note message. Anyhow, there's a lot of activity going on here today. We have lots of people. It's really nice because people are spread out nicely. Everybody's wearing a mask, except for me right now that I'm recording this, but there's no one around me. We have that awesome drumming circle going on, and I'm sitting right next to this iconic merry-go-round. If there are any of you out there who've never heard of it, please look it up. Again, like I said, I have beautiful memories of my mother when I was little. Anyhow, I hope you are all having a wonderful week. I hope to find you here again next week. And yeah, please subscribe, like, comment below. It helps my channel. It helps the algorithm, yada, yada, all that stuff. All right. Bye.